Hey guys, this is Skybrisk from Saturday. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up that this video is all about me talking about medieval, dark age, fantasy, play doctory type of universe stuff. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, let me, the pressed version of me, explain everything else. Moving on.
Shortly after uploading the last video, I made a bunch of random sketches. The first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, and I just kind of stopped, for a little while, took a break, and I kind of looked at them even more, and then I kind of said to myself, wow, these guys, they're very different. We have some variety going on here, some of them kind of look like zombies, other ones kind of look less like a zombie. I was trying to think of man, what could I draw, what comparisons could I draw from these characters. I then decided to go into the internet and look for references, and when I was looking for references, I found a couple. So the first reference I used was the Charger from Left 4 Dead for the first one, because I found the Charger to be the most relevant, because it kind of looked like that this creature kind of had one big arm and one small arm, and just gave off major Charger vibes. The second one, it looked a lot more creature-esque, but I kind of transformed it more into like an actual human being, because I didn't really see the point in making it an actual monster. So I kind of just made it like a human being type deal, and it looked like a plague doctor. Okay, guys, it literally looked like a plague doctor. So I looked up plague doctors, saw the Darkest Dungeons plague doctor character, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going with that one, and that's what I did. So I went with that, and it worked. For the third one, that was the weird stretched out mech looking thing, and I was kind of saying to myself, well, it looked like a mech. It didn't really look like any creature, it looked more like a mech. So I looked up and I decided to say, you know what, I'm gonna use a dreadnought for this, because I thought it would be the most similar thing. And as I was designing these creatures, I kind of noticed the theme. I noticed a theme that they kind of seemed like they were from the Middle Ages, kind of like they were in the earlier periods. So for the fourth one, I made this skinny, slender creature thing here. I decided to basically go ahead and choose the Divider from Dead Space, because it was the only thing I could really think of. But it would eventually turn into something else over time. It turned into more of like a demon-looking creature, with horns for some reason. And I was just kind of like, huh, yeah, this character looks like it could possibly be something like a summoner, because this thing didn't really seem like it did fighting. It seemed like it would kind of try to control things from a distance, or summon things to defend it. But yeah, so I kind of just continued from there. Now for the fifth one, I decided to use the Dead Space Leaper as a reference for creature number 5, and it was pretty decent. And I actually caught myself doing something when doing it, and is that I noticed I was kind of tracing the original picture, which, in case if you didn't know, tracing over another's drawing is cheating. It is considered cheating when you draw over another drawing, because it is not, you're not learning anything. However, you are allowed to draw shapes or simplified structures of the character that you're trying to draw, and then maybe rotate those shapes from a different angle, and then apply them. And then that's what I ended up doing. So technically that's not cheating, that's actually a smart way of doing it, to making your model look pretty accurate. Now, is it a one-to-one accuracy? No, definitely far from it, but it definitely worked. So anyways, I just designed the Leaper character here, and I didn't really know what I was going to do with the creature's design. So I decided to take the Plague Doctor looking guy from the last slide, or lair, and kind of smack him on top of it, like a mutated version of that thing. And yeah, it's kind of like the Necromorphs to some capacity, and I kind of noticed a trend, like the Charger looking guy. The Charger looking guy kind of reminded me of some undead Frankenstein thing, and this Plague Doctor guy being transformed into some horrific creature kind of gave me the vibe that there's some plague going on here, some blight, some rot. And I kind of begin to think to myself, wait, chat, I could be cooking something here. Maybe it's the medieval ages, and zombies and ghouls and revenants and demons exist, and humanity looking like plague doctors, because it's a religion, they think it protects them from it. And unfortunately for Creature 6, I didn't know what the fuck to do with it, honestly. I didn't know what the hell it was gonna be. It looked like the frickin' infection pods from Halo, but it just wouldn't fit into the medieval setting and the undead type thing, because this wouldn't feel like a alien infection, but more of like a fantasy undead type scenario. So it just completely ditched that entire concept. So I just kind of threw that all out the window, and I'm like, okay, I'm done with that entire thing. I was like, all right, so what am I gonna do now? So I went back to my other drawings, and I decided to draw them from multiple angles. And I'm not very pleased with this, because when I did the angles, I did it on day 2. I did all this on day 2 of my progress, and I wasn't very pleased with it. It kind of looks very unproportionate. It's very ugly. They don't really match up all that much, but it kind of gave me somewhat more of a bigger picture of what the characters are supposed to look like. So I went with it, and I used it. Once you're committing to a bit, guys, just commit. Once you're doing it, just commit. You know, you can't stop. And another thing I've learned when you're drawing is that if you feel like you're doing bad, then just keep going. Try to look for the parts that you don't like, and then maybe try fixing them. Don't just start drawing and then just don't like what you're drawing, because then you're just gonna get all mad and you're gonna get frustrated and you're gonna scribble over and be done. So try to fix, like, try to recognize what you didn't like, because the best part, the most important part, is the structure, the beginning part, the skeleton. If you don't know how to set that up, your drawing is gonna look pretty weird. And this is coming from a guy who doesn't have a lot of experience. So yeah, so I decided to add one of the Plague Doctor guys, except they're on a horseback, and I realized, wait, chat, I do not know how to draw a horse. So what did I decide to do? Well, I went on the internet, got a picture, hopefully it wasn't copyrighted or whatever, and I just used it as a reference to draw horses. As you can see a lot, I used 3 circles. 3 circles to help me draw horses, and it kind of helped, and it actually did help a lot. So one of my favorite angles was the front angle, and it's because it's the easiest. You just draw 1 circle and you kind of just copy the anatomy as much as you can from the front. That's about it. I tried a couple other shots, but I was too lazy to do anything, so I just kind of gave up. And around the time I did the horses, it was like day 3, so yeah, nothing super crazy. So around day 4 was when I believe I just started to I decided to organize my characters into like categories and more of a broader description. And I actually had a better picture of what I was doing, because I remember, and actually something very cool happened when one day, on the 4th day, when I was heading out to my school bus, because I have to walk half a mile to get to my bus stop, I looked into the horizon and I saw this light coming from the cloud. Where I live, I don't know where you live, but where I live, the sun rises from the, what I believe to be the east. So there was a light coming from the west. It was like we had a second sun for a moment there, but whatever night light anomaly was happening that day, it created like a perfect shot. Like it almost kind of looked like some supernatural force just like cut through the clouds, like the beaming lights above, like almost like an angel kind of like fell from the higher up heavens and into the moral surface below. And it kind of made me come up with these 2 drawings of like the Plague Doctor beak looking creature kind of like falling into this big river surrounded by the mortals, and basically this next shot of it looking at the small mortal. So it just kind of sits in the big water reservoir, and the water reservoir is like blessed or whatever because it's in there, and it kind of like repels the evil forces of this world, like the wretches and the demons. And I was just kind of like, all right, I think I got this. So eventually I had some extra time in my day, and I just decided to say, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and draw 1 more character. And obviously I shamelessly went on the internet, took some concept art, you know, used a freaking snipping tool, brought it all the way over to my tablet, and shamelessly traced over it with some shapes for a moment, and then tried drawing into my own thing. And it ended up being the priest-like character, which is kind of like the knight, Plague Doctor, Valor type guys, except they're not a combat role, but rather a support. So that's what those guys ended up being. But yeah, that's basically it. That's basically the whole story with this. And obviously this video is not that good. It is very low in quality. He's probably going to get hardly any attention from YouTube or any attention from anyone. But YouTube is kind of like a place where I can almost store my ideas, keep them somewhere, where if I wanted to look back at them and review them, I can, and I can see where they could possibly go. These characters have potential. They can definitely fit into something. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That was pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, seriously, this video, I'm gonna go ahead and be real. I'm gonna go ahead and be very real with you guys. But I lost sleep with this work. I know it's crazy, but I lost sleep to this. I think like the total amount of hours for this project entirely was like almost about 15 hours. No, 16 hours. 16 hours total. I spent a lot of time on this, and today I got like shit sleep, so I feel awful. So not only did I get any sleep like the whole week, but I hardly got any sleep this morning because like I stayed up very late last night and ate cake, which I know you're not supposed to eat sweet things, but hey, it's my birthday. I'm supposed to love it up. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for taking your time and listening or watching this video. It's very much appreciated, and I really hope that the algorithm treated me the same way. But at the end of the day, I'm not complaining. It is what it is. So since you came this far in the video, might as well should consider subscribing or maybe leaving a like. And if you don't, that's completely fine by me. I'm not gonna judge you and tell you what you need to do. It's completely fine. Anyways, though, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I think the next video is gonna probably be about Half-Life because the month is Half-Life month. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.